Hello, hello. Am I streaming now? Hopefully. Am I streaming? Am I on? Does anybody hear me? Oh, wait. Oh, we're on. Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me see how things are going. Nice. All right. I'm live finally. Just took me a little bit, but all right. Just let me send the link to my social media, my singular. All right. Do 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 do. There we go. Fuck it. I don't even give myself time to think what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm not gonna do it. So, uh, is everything there? Yes. All right. So introductions are in order. Hi, my name is Elf. 4 days ago, I went insane, and now I'm making a visual novel in 30 days ish. Um, so I'm live streaming basically to document my progress, I guess. Um, Honestly, it's hard to explain. It's way easier to make videos when I'm like at least somewhat scripted and know what I'm going to say. But basically, I've been documenting a bit of how things are going. So I'm not gonna read this entire thing for everyone. So here's the summary. 4 days ago, in March 17, I had a very not feeling good episode after while recovering from another I'm feeling big sad episode. And after feeling like I was going through hell, I somehow end up with the completely insane I end up in lunacy. I went completely crazy and I decided to start making a visual novel in 30 days. There is a combination of factors that led me to this. As you can see by the live stream, I threw this together in like very uh in a very short amount of time. But basically, the main idea of why a visual novel in 30 days and stuff is basically because uh I play Adastra, which is a for visual novel, an adult for visual novel, and I certain aspects of the game basically made me uh, daydream a lot of about a particular stuff, a particular in the setting of Adastra. There's like these beings without their parents, which are trying to uplift the other species and create a life and blah blah blah. Basically, they are quote unquote gods. They are quote unquote uplifting the the other species, but there's some tones of colonialism and empires and stuff. If It's hard to recommend something like this, but it doesn't matter. I'm getting off track. The point is, I played the game, and the political aspect and this aspect of the relationship between gods and these nebulous beings and uh, us mortals made me daydream a lot about what I can only describe as basically fanfiction. But I do that a lot with stories actually. I see a movie, read a book, see a series, or play a game, and I imagine, kind of reimagine it, but um, as was this idea was trying to shove down beneath the carpet or wherever the saying goes. Didn't work, obviously, but as I was starting to work in in the visual novel after freaking out a little bit, I did eventually come to the conclusion that that visual novel is gonna take, in terms of length, it's gonna be quite lengthy, a little bit, because I played a few other visual novels after that, obviously. Depends on what you call visual novel. I don't know if Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a visual novel. Kind of feels like one, but there's a lot of puzzles, so I don't know. But what's important is, um, I played a few other visual novels that were actually made in 30 days, and I'm gonna talk about why 30 days in a second. And essentially, uh, the story I was originally fanficking about is gonna be way longer than those. Like, the story is gonna have like three arcs, so to speak. So three main parts, and the first one is gonna, like, it's gonna be big. That's the point. I'm again getting off track. This is why I pre-record videos, so I can cut out me saying stuff that don't matter and script, or at least structure I'm gonna say. But anyway, um, also I'm live streaming specifically instead of just making a video, because I need to. It's one of the things I'm trying to do to like actually sit down and work, because the main reason why I'm getting started. This is my first time, okay? Go easy on me. But basically, I was talking about the fanfic of Adastra, which started to become his own story, and it's gonna be big as fuck. Not big as fuck, but at least bigger than. I'm not gonna write this in 30 days. Like, maybe I write in 30 days, but I'm not gonna make this visual novel in 30 days. I'm not gonna have enough time. But I was already starting to work on another visual novel, a shorter one, that would be this short story that I'm writing, as you see. So much progress. But I was starting with this one actually before the one I wanna make, because uh making something like that in 30 days, even before I realized that this story gonna be way longer than that, is basically um I lost track again. This is why I pre-record videos. But basically, uh, I was before I even realized the fanfic, which is now its own thing, um, was too big for 30 days. I was thinking, maybe I should start something even smaller before, like take this short story that I was writing to be a short story, but I promoted, quote unquote, to be a visual novel, so I can train myself to like understand how visual novel works, and also it's a fun way to both write and draw that I wanna do in a long time. Speaking of stuff I have been wanting to do for a long time, uh, the main reason I had uh, this episode follow from another episode, I can only describe this as a depressive episode. I don't know what else to call. The main reason, I mean, the list of reasons is a little bit big, but essentially, adding past trauma with uh, a very serious problem of procrastination, I essentially got get sometimes episodes where I'm not, again, depressed is kind of not a misnomer, but it doesn't illustrate properly what happens, because yes, sometimes I get really sad, but sometimes I essentially get angry, very angry, And again, part because trauma, but also in part because I'm angry at myself for not being able to do the things I actually wanna do. So I end up as basically uh hang on. I end up not really uh I'm just putting some music. I got distracted. Uh but I end up frustrated and angry that I can't really do anything, you know. And I after that in that particular day I had like a depressive episode 5 days ago, I don't remember. And then 2 days after that I had another one while I was recovering from one. So like was in sequence, but in that moment I was like literally sitting in bed looking at the wall. I was like so frustrated, so angry, like am tired of procrastinating for years, not doing the things I wanna do. Like procrastinating like stuff from school or something like that. It makes sense because I don't wanna do homework. Who the fuck wants to do homework? It fucking sucks. But the thing is, I it's not that I didn't want to draw art or to make stories. I want to do these things, but I starting anything, it's like breaking a brick wall with your bare hands every single time you gotta start. It's it's fucking horrible. And sometimes the crazy thing is sometimes I can just do it. Just start. Just like it's nothing. It makes no fucking sense and it pisses me off. So in that moment I was looking at the wall, depressed, defeated, broken and beaten. I was like, man, I need to get some water. I'm actually thirsty, and I pull up all my strength to actually get some water. And in that moment, I reacted in some way of, I don't know, chain reaction happened or something like that was like, okay, uh, I'm actually doing something completely insane. And I remember in the moment that the YouTuber Keith Ballard, I think that's his name. He has several channels, and he did this video called "How to Make a Furry Visual Novel in 30 Days." And I wanted to do something like this. It sounds like maybe not in 30 days, but this was a little bit of an extra push, like make the story that I wanna do. But I'm gonna give names to things because naming is easier. The Adastra Function turning its own thing, I started calling No Good King. But the name's gonna make sense in the future, but basically it's the idea that there is no good king. Anyway, it's a philosophical stance, whatever. Um, and here's Amicus, our husband, husband of half the furry fandom. But basically, uh, there are many things that contributed to me completely losing my mind. I mean, depression is obviously one of them, and years upon years of I wanna make stuff and I can't fucking make stuff, pissing me off. But also, that sounds a little bit weird. I can kind of whatever. But also videos like this, they're like, go make the stuff you wanna make. And there's another video, forgot from who. There's like, you should make whatever art you're making, you know. And this type of video kind of helps a little bit, although again, it's procrastination and motivation usually from what I gather of years of beating myself in the head with it is that it's a multifaceted thing. There isn't like one thing that motivates you or that makes you procrastinate. If there was, I was already transcending reality and already being a god by now. But you know, but here's the thing: In this video, Keith talks about how to make a visual novel, and furry specifically, but again, there's very little that doesn't apply to visual novels in general, as I think. I think as I say this, as I barely play any visual novels, but anyway. However, a few criticisms from this video that I saw in the comments, like, yes, he did make the visual novel in 30 days, but like with the help of a professional musician and a professional artist, and because he got in contact with people in the fandom. But the thing is, and that's something I figured out, this idea that you making yourself is like short term. I think this is what we all should like focus on in doing stuff, even if by ourselves. However, this myth of, oh, I'm the lone artist that makes this amazing art by myself, nowadays this is a myth. Like, sure, there are people that do stuff by themselves, of course they exist, but this is not the best way to do anything. I'm doing this by myself because I don't have context, but you know, I'm not gonna push anyone away because, oh no, I'm the lone artist. I'm making I'm programming, writing, doing art, music, soundtrack, everything by myself. I'm not fucking. I'm saying I'm not stupid. Okay, if I get help, I'm gonna get help. But for now, I'm doing everything myself because I don't have other options like many people. However, one thing I'm gonna advocate in this beginning is something that Greg from JReg, in case this channel where he acts like a normal-ish human being. In this channel he advocates something I'm gonna advocate here as well. Just because you are an artist doesn't mean you should do things by yourself. You should seek out other people in communities, art communities, furry fandom, anywhere you can find. Because here's the thing, if you go to YouTube channels, to indie games, the people that are able to do great stuff, amazing stuff, the stuff that like changes your life, are the exception, not the rule. Undertale was mostly done by one person, mostly, and is the exceptions, not the rule. Look at channels that do prototyping in small games, and you're gonna see that a lot of it is by one person, but it's very small games, not like no one's remaking Undertale by themselves. And there's a reason for that. The same reason that the most of the channels you see on YouTube, the person is not doing things by themselves. As far as I know, Keith is mostly by himself. As far as I know, I don't know what the fuck Greg is doing in his life, but anyway. But most YouTube channels have a team of people working with them. Even if just one person shows up in the videos, so only one person hosts the videos, very 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 rarely are they alone. They are with team of 2, 3, 10, sometimes dozens of people. Like there is I don't remember now, but there is a YouTube channel, Tower Comics. Yes, that Watchtower Database. This channel isn't made by one person. There's no fucking way. I don't know how big the team is. Maybe small, but maybe this. But if you look like the quality of the video, I'm not gonna react to the video. I'm just demonstrating the quality of the video, of the production, of the editing. This isn't done by one person. Alright, this is done by a group of people, by a team. If you're starting a YouTube channel, if you're developing a game, if you're making artwork, you can do it by yourself. It is possible. Like objectively, I am amazing with pronouncing things. Like, it is factual that you can do it by yourself. However, It does not mean it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as fuck, and most importantly, the quality is not gonna be as high as you imagine it to be, because most things, from movies to games to series to everything, even simple comics, are usually made by at least 2 3 people, if not dozens or hundreds of people. And that's because usually it takes that many people to make something that high quality, because um, to make a I have to set up Clip Studio afterwards just to illustrate things, but basically, if you're, I know I'm taking a long time to just actually start, and it's a little bit procrastination, but uh, I'm getting to a point. But my point is basically, if you're gonna do art, you probably already have a specific skill set. For example, you're great at drawing, or you're great at programming, or you're great at writing, or graphic design, or something like that. Your skill set usually is a bit more narrow, and to do something like a game or a YouTube channel, you need several different skill sets. YouTube channel, you need to know editing, at least a little bit. Usually, you can, but again, you can, but it's not ideal. You have to know graphic design to make thumbnails. Again, I'm talking about making YouTube professionally. As a hobby, you can do basically whatever the fuck you want. Uh, and I mean, you need to you need a like, if you can do everything by yourself, like there's 5 6 different jobs related to making a YouTube channel. But here's the thing, you don't have to do it alone. You can, but you don't have to. The same goes to a visual novel. Yes, you can do everything by yourself, but you don't have to. I'm gonna make stuff by myself because I don't have much of a choice. But for instance, I'm insane. I have 3 YouTube channels. I have this YouTube channel that I make about TTRPGs for Brazil. It's in Portuguese. I have this YouTube channel that I'm live streaming right now. That, let me see. Oh yeah, it's live. That I'm making for my world building projects. So, and the visual novel I'm gonna do right now in these 30 days. I'm calling for now Reality Warper until I get a better name. But essentially, it's in the same setting that this video introduced to, Nocturnal Dance. And I have this other channel because, again, I'm fucking insane, where I just throw my ideas that I have of videos here just for the sake of it. And again, one of the things that stimulated me to do this visual novel in 30 days is actually basically unlearning, stripping myself from everything I learned from motivation, from how to do YouTube and everything like that, because it's so toxic. It's such a toxic place. I'm like, I lost sight of what I wanna do for real, which is tell stories, like actually for reals is. And I keep thinking like making YouTube is the objective, and it isn't. And such, I'm making this not for the money. I'm not making visual novel make money. It's not gonna make any fucking money. I'm making this because I want to tell a story, and I want to prove to myself that I can do this. And I know this sounds like, again, what you saw in many motivational videos, coaching videos, and how to make YouTube videos. How with determination, consistency, you can do it. I tried everything, and I mean everything, to fight procrastination. There is no solution to it. I came with the conclusion that just like Doctor Strange, the Ancient One said to Mordor, I'm not beating these demons. I have to live above them. I have to live with them. I can't solve procrastination. It's a ever going thing, and I have to ever going to fight it because I mean, if one day I get the solution to this, great. But searching for a solution, oh, this is gonna fix my procrastination. If I only do this, then I'm finally stop procrastination. That only causes suffering. That only fuck me up. This time, I'm not doing this for determination, because I'm determined. Because oh, I won. No, I clearly have a problem. Just like someone in a wheelchair can just get up and running because they want to, or a deaf person can just start hearing because they want to. I can't just start things like a normal person because I want to. And the fucking hell do I want to? So what I'm gonna do is getting everything I learned over the years, trying to deal with this shit and apply it to this visual novel. I have with me a timer on my PC that's set up for several different uh, times. I'm gonna do something of a Pomodoro. It's kind of worked in the past. So again, this browser that I'm in is a browser just for uh, working. There's yes, it is logging YouTube because I need Google Docs, but anyway, this isn't a channel that I use to watch stuff. There's no subscribers here. I'm not subscribing. I'm subscribing except for this channel, but I don't know. I don't know why. I think this is here for like saving these channels for some fucking. I don't know why this is there actually, but I don't actually watch videos in this account. I use another account, and that's a different account from the one I'm using to stream, by the way, because of course. But the thing is, this is a working browser. There isn't any social media here. There is just basically Google Docs about stuff, and that's how there's gonna have. There is no. Okay, there isn't anything. I should have double checked if there isn't been anything open. They shouldn't be in a live stream before starting a live stream, but you know, YOLO. So all of that craziness started 3 days ago, and in Keith's video he talks about that apparently there's technically 33 days to start a visual novel, so 3 days later I can start a 30 days thingy. I think it's fitting. I think I made that sound completely nonsensical, but whatever. Yeah, I started just documenting 3 days earlier, and it's now the 20th of March, and yep, I already starting documenting the game because here's the thing. I have to plan this shit properly because making anything 30 days is oof. So here's the thing. First thing first, I strip myself from everything I learned in terms of motivation stuff. I'm going to treat myself like I can't walk and I'm trying to go to places. So, browser without any distractions. My Discord, which is usually open, is closed. Like I don't have anything other than the browser, the clock, and OBS open. And I'm gonna try this 20 minutes of work, 5 minutes of just I don't know, relaxing, I guess, and streaming at least part of the process for 30 days. And my plan already started, as you can see. This is my game design document, so I can document things because I actually went to computer science college for 5 years, technically 4 years. Then I changed to development and analysis of systems, whatever that's called in English. and I dropped out after a year, so 5 years of college, and I didn't graduate. I just said, "Nah, I'm good." And anyway, and one thing my teachers kept talking about is documenting your software. And yeah, sure, Visual Novel isn't exactly the most sophisticated software, but I think it's good to document what I want from this story. So here's again, this started just as a story that I was writing, but I turned into a design document. And here's the thing, right? After however many minutes of rambling that was, I can promptly half an hour of rambling. I can start with uh actually explaining what I'm gonna do. This visual novel that I'm between calling, I'm not gonna call it Reality Warper, which is the title of the story. It's a placeholder. This name fucking sucks. I'm thinking I'd either calling director's cut or something else maybe. Like director's cut is again kind of generic. It makes sense, but eh, work in progress. That's like the last thing I'm gonna worry about anyway. I'm bad with names, so whatever. Just gonna call something, just organize it, but yeah. This I'm using a template from this is from a template from the book Level Up from Robert. The fuck is called Roger? I think it's Roger's Die or something like that. I I have Level Up. Great, thanks. Level Up. Roger's Die. That's fucking name. That's not book. Yes, Scott Rogers. The fucking Rogers, I fucking insane. Yes, Scott Rogers. That's the book that I'm taking the template from. This is for a game design document of 1 page, and this is for a game design document of 10 pages. There's one that's complete as like bajillion pages, but I'm barely gonna use the 10 page one because I mean there's really any reason to it, like a game flow. But and some of these are in Portuguese, but don't worry about it. A lot of this isn't like gonna be necessarily used for the game much because of visual novel. The type of game is a bit different. But yeah, I think I'm gonna increase the song a little bit. Alright, so as I'm documenting the game, what the game's about. This is a short story about a psychic that a person that was a loser essentially, that awakened psychic powers and basically went crazy and hold people hostage. My pronunciation it's impeccable. Hold people hostage for a while until a stranger, a mysterious being person, came in and confronted him. So this story is in the same setting that my first world building project is set in. This is inside the Nocturnal Dance setting. It's a Uber fantasy setting. You can watch the introduction of the video. I'm not gonna say it here, but basically urban fantasy setting in the 50s. People found out psychic powers and people with powers in general, which I call now mutants. In the introduction video, I called them transmundanes, but I changed the name. In a future video, I may go into why, but it's essentially Marvel isn't gonna show me. It's just not gonna happen. I'm fine. But um, in this setting, the 50s people find out there are human beings and other living beings technically with superpowers and other strange characteristics. And there's also secretly vampires, werewolves, and mages and stuff. The more I'm explaining about the setting, more everything makes sense. I spend a lot of time thinking in the magic system, the masquerade, in the a lot of stuff is still work in progress, as every world building project really is technically. But this is a story about a guy that is Zachary Leroy or Zach. He's a loser. I literally call him incel. And uh, in Nocturnal Dance, the events in the stories are happening in the 90s. Not in a specific date, just like the 90s, the era. And yes, technically incel is a lot more of a modern term, so no one's gonna really use it except for one character, but let's not think about that right now. What's important is incel is more of a term that I'm using to like summarize the characters, not really. And think you can think of Zack like you think of Hall from Megamind. Yes. Zack is essentially this guy. Like when I thought of Zack, I thought of Hal, essentially. So Zack is our Hal, the loser incel that gains superpowers and start abusing them immediately. And essentially, he is actually a very rare type of psychic. He's one that displays immense amount of power all at once to the point that he can almost bend reality, quote unquote. Not really bend, but you know. Uh, when he awakens due to his emotions and stuff, he essentially creates in Jujutsu Kaisen terms a innate domain. Like I'm still working on shopping the names, but it's not gonna be called that. But essentially creates a bubble of reality inside the movie studio he was working in, and inside the movie studio he basically creates quote unquote a domain or a reality bubble or a territory, whatever you wanna call it, his bunkai, whatever. He essentially creates a reality that he can bend to his will. And he isolated the space inside the studio so no one can come in or come out of it so easily. Uh, he used to be a camera working with as a cameraman and with lighting. It's a small studio, it's not a big studio, it's a local studio of the city. The city is a fictional city of Westlake. Um, Actually, I may be able to get a picture of that. I'm gonna open. I have uploaded here the images. Yes, right. So, oh, damn it. I'm gonna set up a better visualization afterwards. This is Westlake, the fictional. This is Westlake, the fictional city I made for this setting. It's a city in the United States. It's a coastal city. Here is the sea. He's a lake at west of Westlake. Here's a scale for scale. I anyway, words are amazing. I'm an excellent speaker. So, this city is broken in 5 districts, and it's gonna pass on in the Leon district. That's the district of theaters, entertainments, casinos, whatever. There's no like canonical place for Westlake in the U.S. I just say it's in the US, whatever is in wherever place is more convenient. However, if you put a gun to my head and ask where the fuck is Westlake, I'm gonna say it's in Maine. It's not really. It can be anywhere, but I think Maine fits a bit better. So again, there's no fixed place for this city. It's just in the US. But if you really need a place to situate in, it's in Maine. And again, it's a fictional city. I made this map with Photoshop, Clip Studio, and a Dream. And yes, every single one of these tricks I made by hand. I mean, some of these are like a single line stretched and then vector layer erasing parts of it. It's not. It was a lot easier in Clip Studio, by the way. God bless that fucking program. But yes, I did this. I actually took like 3 different maps to make the coastal area, and then I made 2 other to make this. I was gonna make this mirrored, but I decided against it because it would look like a small big head alien. That wouldn't be cool. So I make like this so it looks like more like a lake and less like a alien. Let's not think about that. Uh, let's not think about the fact that this looks like a nose and a mouth and a chin. Okay, there has been shown up to me afterwards, and I can't unsee it. You guys are not gonna see it. No way. Okay, jokes apart. The setting is like our world, but basically mutants, people with superpowers and strange characteristics exist, and they are they are rare. They aren't everywhere, but they exist. And a lot of what exists, it is like our world, though. It's urban fantasy, all that. The city this story gonna take place in its Westlake. I did not think everything of that in 3 days. Okay, most of this that I said, I thought way before. But anyway, so Zack is gonna be the main antagonist of the story. He is the loser incel hall type of guy that awakens his psychic powers, uh, and starting abusing them. And he takes hostage 3 people. Isabella Marchione, she is uh, a type of advisor and secretary of the team of the studio. She basically takes care of the administration and stuff like that. Uh, Zack wanted to ask her out, but she was never interested because she just isn't. And no one really thought of Zack as a bad person before because again he's a nice guy. So uh, she didn't anything romantic with him, so he was frustrated about that and took her hostage because of that. Uh, there is also John Scofield. He is the director and writer of the studio, and he represents what Zack sees as the frustration with the movie industry. To Zack, John is everything wrong with the movie industry, and he's a lot of the professional frustration of Zack. Isabella represents the romantic frustration, and John represents the professional frustration that because Zack wants to be a big writer and director and make movies and be famous and rich because he wants that, and also he feels a bit entitled to that. But John is a successful director and writer, and already turned down some of the scripts of Zack because Zack writes the most cliche stories ever, like in a world ruled by corruption, a cop that doesn't follow the rules will not follow the rules to take down a criminal. So, just generic shit you already seen a billion times. And John tells him like, yeah, this is generic, isn't very good, just bring something new maybe. And Zack's like, no, my moves are perfect, what the fuck. And anyway, professional frustration. And then the third person that I thought of, I think yesterday, is Nohan Blaze. He is the main actor, the lead actor of the movies. Usually, he is what society sees as a macho man, a very masculine man, a brutal two, a man of action, like Vin Diesel, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can do this. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Schwarzenegger, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that guy from Unbreakable and Die Hard and break Die Hard for is short. Hard actor. I don't remember his name. Bruce Willis. How the fuck do I forget Bruce Willis? Like Bruce Willis, like anyway, this type of person. No, Nohan Blaze is a action star, a star in general, and everyone he sees him as the what every man should be. He has a lot of sex. He's very well built body, and he does very masculine things like sports and whatever the fuck people think men do. I don't know. It's the 90s. Everything's were aggressive as fuck. But Nohan is like that to the cameras. Outside of the cameras, outside of the lenses, he likes things like cooking, watching novellas, and is not as masculine. He uses more his image to get what he wants. And what he wants right now more than anything is get one last gig of success and like fade away and go live a life that he doesn't have to pretend to be something he's not. He's not this macho man. It's just what sold and gave him the money he wants. Basic part of this job, basically, appear to be this macho man, and he represents the frustration Zack has in terms of his own masculinity, because Zack isn't this built like a Greek stature of a man that gets off the woman and stuff. He's like no a normal person. And the thing is, Nohan is all of these things, though, even if it is fake. And anyway, in represents this insecurity of Zack. So these are let me put them together. Actually, these four are inside the studio with Zack holding them hostage with his psychic powers, and he's keeping out the authorities. With his powers, he's able to basically make the studio physically impenetrable. They trying to ram through the door and pick lock it, and it just doesn't open. It physically doesn't open. In the place outside of the studio, we have two characters at first. Detective Dennis Holzer. He is a specifically he has psychometry. No, hang on, that's not correct. Psychometry. He has psychometry. If you watch the movie or the sees the Dead Zone, where the guy touches stuff and he sees the past or the future, that's his power. That's what he does. And he is actually member of one of the groups of interest, one of the factions of Nocturnal Dance, which is the ESP Unity. They are the Men in Black. The short of it is they are the Men in Black. You can think of them like if X-Files, the division of the FBI, grow into its own organization like FBI, CIA, and there is the SP Unity in the setting. Or if you think SCP, imagine I forgot the name. I remember the Unusual Incidents Unit again grew from its own division to be its own organization, but there is an SCP in this universe, so there isn't a master ginormous conspiracy. Okay, kinda there is, but it's not the SP Foundation. The SP Unit are like the Men in Black, the X-Files, something like that, they officially are investigators of unusual and paranormal and psych and mutant events. Unofficially, however, they do a lot of black ops operations. They make the people disappear, not always, but they sometimes do. And they have like several facades actually. The higher you are in rank in the SP unity, the more you know of what is of the legal secrets of the world and what's happening. So people that are like receptionists in SP unity building doesn't really know that vampires are a thing. Like for her, this is there is a rational explanation for that, of course, like a mutant, or maybe it's just a hoax. But people that are at the very top know a lot of shady shit. Dennis Hoser specifically, I don't, I don't remember if I put him in a specific rank in the city, but he's like very famous in the city. He's very well regarded in the city of Westlake as a agent of the SP Unity. He knows a lot of stuff that's going on. Uh, and he's taking care of this case, this hostage case. And he's not necessarily everything's gonna show up in the game, of course, but he has a growing disillusion to the system, from the government to the SP to a lot of, anyway, the system in general. Still growing. He's still I'm gonna say a cop, but it's not really a cop. SP is not. They're not cops actually, although sometimes they act like it, but they're not cops. They're again detectives, investigators, forensics. Anyway, but they carry guns mysteriously, or they can. No, not always. With him, there is Officer Bryce. This is Mariner character just to exist. Uh, so Detective Hoser, he's basically the federal guy taking care of a hostage situation. Officer Bryce is the local cop that was called at first and then called reinforcements when he saw there a psychic was acting there. Uh, Sometimes local policemen, local forces have the power to deal with mutants, but not always, which is one of the reasons why the SP Unity even exists in the first place. But the only role of Officer Bryce is basically when the final character of the story comes in to help in the situation. He goes, "Wait, you're not a cop. Fuck off." No, and Detective Holter's like, "We're out of options. We need this help if he can help." And the final character that helps is the Ninja Spider, which is my OC. Please don't steal. Okay, it's really hard for me to summarize this character, Ninja Spider. It's really because it's a lot of things to me. In this story, he is the mysterious psychic and mutant, the mysterious mutant that come into the situation out of nowhere. No one called him. He just disappeared. And appearing to know a lot more, a lot of about psychic powers and this and how to deal with a situation like this. And since this is in the middle of the night, like the evening, 2-3 a.m., there isn't usually the SP is good to have some context. The SP usually are people that they are organization that employ mutants and psychics. A psychic is a type of mutant. Mutant is anyone with a superpower, basically. They usually employ mutants and or psychics to deal with cases. They hire some, they blackmail others. But typically they don't really need blackmail if they go, "Hey, you have telekinesis or telepathy. You have telepathy. You can read thoughts. We can use you to spy on people and interrogate them, and we pay you more than you're gonna get even with a master's or doctor's degree in anywhere." and it's the 90s, and most people go up. Yeah, yeah, I'm down with that actually. Of course, depends on the how powerful the person is. Not everyone has like it's like Magneto moving metal, like moving a fucking bridge. Most people are very low powered actually, but any help they can get, they can get. However, since it's very late in the night, they don't seem to be in mutants are rare. They don't seem to be able to get anyone. The only power that Tech Hoser has is seeing the past and future when he does stuff. He's not like he's able to see a lot very very clearly in getting psychic impressions of things, but he can't act on it. No, it's not. He's a sensing psychic. He doesn't do stuff in the world psychic. So sadly, he can't really do anything. All he can do is like predict that this situation is getting worse and worse by the second, and eventually he may take over the city. The Zack may take over the city, or at least a big part of the city, which will lead to a lot of problems. Obviously, he's growing power. He's growing erratic in his emotions. He can hurt. He's already hurt people. He's gonna hurt more people, and the situation is getting worse and worse. And they can't get more help. The SPNG are unable to get more help in time. Anyone they can help is gonna take a long time to arrive, and those that could arrive earlier aren't accessible for some reason. So they are out of people to get help until the ninja spider, this mysterious person, shows up. He is literally an anthropomorphic spider that dresses as a ninja. And I'm gonna show it actually on stream what he looks like. As I open the window that I can show and close anyone that cannot be shown on stream. Window. There you go. Okay, this is the ninja spider. This character. I didn't draw this. I wanna say this first and foremost. I wish I could. One day, maybe more. Uh, I commissioned this from a friend of mine. She did an amazing job. Big character design, if I say so myself, which I helped design. This is the ninja spider, the half sheet I commissioned. This is gonna he looks like. I have to draw this to the visual novel. I already draw ninja. Hello, my Mac bugged for some reason. Great, it's okay. So, um, as I was saying, I do have to draw this, but I'm not worried about drawing the ninja spider. I draw him before. All I have to do is basically draw him again. I'm used to that. What I'm not used to is the other characters. I'm not used to draw them. So at all, they just made them up. So that would be a challenge. Ninja Spider can be the fucking easiest ever. And yeah, I'm just searching for more music to put in. Case files, that's a good one. Ground. But yeah. That's not supposed to work. What the fuck? Alright. Everything is okay. Just technical difficulties. Am I still streaming? Sure fucking hope so. Yes, I'm still streaming. Okay. Everything's Gucci. I never seen that again, sorry. Alright. So, as I was saying, this is the character, what he is. In summary, he is a hybrid of a vampire and a werewolf, and he's a mage. I will make an entire video explaining the magic system, but basically, a psychic is a type of mutant, and a mutant is someone that it's born with the one or several weird characteristics or powers. A psychic usually someone like telepathy, telekinesis, whatever. A mage is someone that learn how to control the psychic force and uh, taught themselves to be a psychic, sort of. Not really, it's more complicated than that. They're what you usually imagine of a magic user in a urban fantasy setting, though psychics and mages and basically everything follows the same magic system. So a psychic moving an object with their mind and a mage uses a spell, it's the same thing. They can also counter each other, by the way. I did this to make my life easier. I'm making entire video about that to make things more clear. But what's important here is that he's basically a supernatural creature that has immense knowledge on magic and the psychic force. And such, he's pretty much the guy to counter Zack as this rare, extremely powerful psychic that was able to create his own innate domain. I'm calling something else. I'm not gonna call it innate domain, but I don't have another name, so yeah. And if you were paying attention, you saw that I wrote a summary of the story, and you can see that the Ninja Spider does a domain expansion. We'll get there. It's not called domain expansion, like I said, but I don't have another name. I'm taking suggestions. This is not what is called. The Ninja Spider doesn't call most of his spells anything, actually. Oh, it's gonna start raining. Oh my god, thank fuck. I'm so fucking hot right now. Not the good way. I'm always hot because I'm delicious, but like this climate's fucking hell. Alright, how long have I been streaming? I don't know. Alright. An hour. Well, I'm gonna take a break. Because I need to go. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. And then I'm gonna start the clock and I'm gonna be working on the story. I have, in summary, is essentially there's this hostage situation. The Ninja Spider enters the building because his master magic he can do that, and he faces Zack, and both trying to de-escalate things saying verbally and also a lot of discussion and verbal fighting, and then they fight magically. Zack trying to manipulate him, he using counter magic until Zack overwhelms him and is like domain expansion, fuck you, and defeats Zack. And then Zack's gonna be captured by the SP unity, and then Ninja Spider goes like, yo, you're gonna be captured by them and gonna be like spend the rest of your life in jail, not even in jail, like in a secret lab being experimented on, and it's gonna fucking suck. Or, I know people that can help you for real and help you with your powers and your problems, and like, just come with me, I can help you. And Zack's like, ha, no, I rather literally die and take everyone with me. And it's gonna explode. Zack's gonna start like exploding psych energy curve run, and then he start like teleporting him up in the sky and away, and Zack explodes in the sky, and the story ends. That that is the story essentially. What's written here, but a bit more words. Also, there are some notes for the story here. This is the first day, so I'm gonna start. I have to explain a lot just for context, but I'm gonna start writing the story. Keith from this video, he did kind of a planning that's like spend a week writing, week revising, week programming, and a week drawing. I'm just gonna do fucking everything at the same time, more or less. I'm writing the story in first foremost and revising it, and I'm gonna draw and program kind of the same time, just so makes things easier. And I'll be right back actually, because again I'm taking a break, and I'll be back real soon. Hello, I'm back. Alright. Uh, I think there are some two final things I have to talk about before actually starting to work. Is one, the other streams are gonna start with me working a bit faster because I don't have to recontextualize everything to everyone. Um, and oh, nice song. Alright, and I'm gonna compile everything, all this story, all this thing from the uh from these live streams into a video that's hopefully gonna be shorter than 1 hour long, like half an hour long, maybe less. So the live streams are more like the long journey of every step, and the video is gonna be like the too long didn't watch version. So yep, I'm gonna start my clock here. 20 minutes. So the man, which is no one, had repeated the action many times, getting to chief's office, talk about the case, reluctantly take his rookie partner, that's gonna be Isabella, for the ride, and seem. Wait, what? This doesn't make that sentence doesn't make. And see him they in the first. What the fuck is this sentence? And see her in her first day of the job, and see her no, that's a horrible sentence. And take her take her in her first day of the job. Okay, that's less bad. That's comprehensible at least. Any actor would find a productive day of work, though thought the director, the director, which is Zach. Uh, the man, Nohan, he says, please, we need this scene dozen times now. Just let us go. I have a wife and kids, please. Actually, Nohan, he can be married this time, whatever, it doesn't matter. The man said, holding back his tears. Zach then goes saying, now, hold your tears until the scene where you find your partner shot on the street. We still don't, we still didn't get that part right either, said a man sitting in the actor's chair, floating there. That Zach is like again, floating the actor's chair in the air. Both were in front of a door with a translucent window written chief's office. Okay. Against his will, the man again. No. Open the door. Entered the office. There, the chief, which is John, was sitting on his chair, looked at the director, bag, Let me think. Uh, John Scofield, a successful director and writer. He did. I remember saying, defining that he did have success, very few successful breaking even movies. He made movies for Hollywood at some point in his career, but he's staying mostly local in Westlake for reasons that don't really matter actually. Not everything about the characters matters, just have some dimension to work with. Um, I don't think he will say like this. A little bit, but I don't know. Um, Crazy. Feel like deserve. Why rejecting scripts? Okay, I didn't write much. You gotta stop this madness. They are admitting guilty. They have been trapped. In this scene, they had been trapped for hours by this point. They were filming, and at the end of the filming day, was about to saw the sun was setting. The sun was setting, and they were finishing up. And for reasons at the last drop, for Zack broke out and he dropped whatever fucking he had enough and blew up in emotions and in psychic powers for the first time. Trapped down there when Zack realized he had all this power, he started torturing the three individuals, Isabella, John, and Nohan, with his powers and forcing them to reenact his movie, but like for realsies. Like, mm, and this time they have been through the process for hours. They're like actually in the office with the clothes of the characters, and the partner, which is Isabella, which gets shot. She gets shot for real. She feels the pain of getting shot. She feels her blood draining from her body and her dying. Zack's forcing all of them through this, and they can't control themselves. He is puppeteering their bodies. He can't control their minds specifically, but he can control their bodies. Psyches usually have more like defined powers than this. Again, Zack is like the sort of anomaly. He's kind of like Ace from the That Justice League episode. Ace Justice League when after she grows in power and starts to oh my god, I get to just looking at this, and like when she starts controlling reality, it's a bit like that, like in sentiment, not sentiment, in like not in scale of power either, but like that's the idea. But the thing is, he he's not a child. He's a arrogant and frustrated man, adult and man, adult man. Um, and um, No, this is singular. Over, overing. I know this isn't like a novel. Why did the music stop? Oh, the music stopped because the playlist stopped. Okay. Uh, there we go. This one's good. I used the wrong tab. There we go. I know this isn't a novel, as it usually is the case, but I want like to get out the more important stuff and figure out the visuals later. Now, third without third, it doesn't matter. Like the whatever. All right. Always good to remember to save often. Google Drive saves automatically, but you can save often. It's ideal. Hmm. Oops. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to say, as it is documented, this is a kinetic visual novel. There's only one path, it's a linear story. I'm making just for PC. Uh, I I don't think I'm gonna worry about Android for now. I'm just gonna see that afterwards. Uh, I talk about with. I'm gonna eventually make this document available to people to see, just so it's and by the way, it is on dark theme because I have a plugin for that. It's called Dark Reader. It's very convenient. Basically, I'm gonna leave this document to people to read afterwards. Um, just so anyone wants to use as a basis or something. I don't know. It's already holding back his tears. So the action, the word of action, flowing, falling, whatever. Again, dialogue here is more important than the prose, cause I'm not writing a regular novel. But anyway, um, I'm just saying out loud what I'm thinking to have like not be like just text on the screen and me writing. I think will be too boring. I don't know. To be honest, I don't watch that much live streams anymore. I used to, but I don't know what's hot and new anymore. I'm just doing this for documentation purposes. So, and if you're asking, dude, your accent is thicker than like oatmeal, what is it? Oh, this is lack of practice, essentially. I'm from Brazil, and my accent's like this, and mostly because of lack of practice. I spend a lot of time online, but yeah, I know how I read and write well, so I think. I hear and I understand very well, and speaking it's, I mean, could be worse, but could be better, but could be worse. Actually, I can just give use their names. Since again, it's gonna show the sprites of the characters. Uh, in his spider, I already showed the his image. The detective Hoser. I don't remember where the fuckery did I put his image. I think I put it here. Don't worry about it. Detective Hoser is gonna, it's not gonna be this image, but it's gonna be something like this, you know. Uh, this is gonna be the vibe I'm going with. Uh, I will make him a bit more Men in Blackish, so like Men in Black, like the, we all know this aesthetic. These suit, glasses, anyway, but still kind of the style. Um, this is the document for the video I will be making. I make love this. Officer Bryce is gonna be the generic cop. I don't care. I don't know. My mind. I have young Dio from JoJo as Zack. I don't know why. I'm gonna work on that. Isabella, I'm thinking. I have a face in mind, but I can't describe it in much detail. Basically, kind of woman color with hair. I forgot the style of. John Scofield. Um, movie director. The image I have in my head, not this guy, uh, is basically the stereotypical movie director. This is basically the image I have in my mind. That is literally this, almost kind of like more like this actually a bit. Yeah, this is basically what I have in my mind. How I'm gonna describe Nohan? I'm not sure. Nohan, it's a bit is different from this guy. I forgot what the name of the actor is. Uh, but he is handsome like this, basically. So many fucking tabs. Um, this is more to document my thought process and important links and stuff. I have a template for this. Make all my videos easy to make, easier to make. Mm. Quickly. Some wash away. What's the term? Like to wipe the tears. Wipe. Thank you. This is why one thing I like about text editors, it can just correct me when I'm wrong. At least in uh orthography. That's not the word. The grammar. That's the word. And it's raining, thankfully. Oh, there's a playlist here called background music. That's exactly what I want. And the time's up, okay. That was time for work now. It's 5 minute break. I'm more like using this as a guideline. It's not exactly a hard rule. Actually, let me. What the fuck? Why? Why I can't seem to add the timer? Right. Oh well, happens. How are we doing, chat? Said me to myself. No, seriously, how are we doing so far? This song is really low for some reason. Ah, well. Yeah. Basically, I don't know how this is going to go. My idea is just making this. I'm gonna go for more hour a half before calling the stream. I'm still gonna work on the thing just off stream. My stream's gonna be like more or less the time started, more or less the time I'm gonna stop it. At least have some time to make stuff. My idea is to make this in 30 days. I already started 3 days ago, so 33 days technically, but 30 days is better for a title for a YouTube video. But yeah, uh, actually, I'm gonna show other I'm gonna show other videos I made. Um, this is the script for Nocturnal Dance. I thought of different introductions, then I wrote and read the actual thing, different topics and stuff. These are the links for that I use to inspire myself to write this. They're just for reference, and then I write the description. I make sure to put the songs after I edit the video, obviously. And the reference that I use in the video for images, for links, for anything. This is what took me to make a 5 minute video, basically. It was technically this. If you wanna have some idea. I have other videos, not in this channel, in my other channel. This one, there's no script here because it was all top of my head. Let me see. This is one where I talk about the difference between World of Darkness and Chronicles of Darkness. Um, I wrote the script and read it out loud, like the video in this channel, and these were my sources. Then I wrote the description, everything, the chapters, the songs used, the reference that I used. Some of those came here, others I had to use, and the thing is over. The break is over. And that's basically it. This video was 15 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. And took me that much words, more or less, ish. Less, obviously, to make the entire video. So yeah. Um, Alright. Go back to this. I need to study more the 90s slang. Fuck. To make sure I'm being like somewhat accurate to the time. Again, it's not a specific date. It's like 1990X. It's the period of time. Just should not worry about the kind of stuff. I'm making the settings not just for the stars, but also the RPGs. So if you wanna make a specific year, you can, but there's no need to. Um, my God, this is also fucking corny. Home, what? Whatever. Some of it still used to this day. What the fuck? I need a source for this website. She need like a villain. Okay. To be fair, I was born in 97, but I never heard this in my life. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. The early 2000s was still a bit of the 90s, so I'm gonna be honest. Maybe just a bit, not too much. Weird. Major loser. No fucking way. No one said. There's still some of these videos. I seen these views actually, unironically. Weirdly enough, I need a better website. I don't feel like this is the best, not the worst, but like I need sources for this. I can just call someone dude then, right? Nohan's not gonna use homie. He's not gonna use homie. Oh my God. Oh. Some of these we still use. Swing? What? Shui is better. Um, sketchy. Sup? We still use that, man. We still use a lot of this. What the fuck? Did the word got stuck in the 90s? What the fuck? Oh, it's wait. The most popular thing. Yeah, maybe. There's a, I don't know. I need more sources than this. Thought, tripping. Dweeb. Who says this nowadays? At least, it'd be so funny. What the fuck? I mean, I wish for what? I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna read every single one of this. How many? It's just an unspecified number. This, bro. I'm not fucking crazy, right? I'm not. I'm not the only one seeing this, right? Bro, what? Was this written by AI? Why is it repeated? Whatever. Ding, ding. Hmm. I just want to know if I can use this in this context, in this manner. Please. What the fuck? I'm just gonna assume yes, and someone calls me out. I'm gonna whatever. Let me actually think this. He's trying. It's Nohan Blaze is trying to bottle up his emotions, appear himself as a macho man, this macho persona, and hope to intimidate. It's gonna be useless, obviously. It's gonna intimidate Zack with his masculinity. It's gonna be confrontation about it, just so you know. Uh, ouch. Sound equalization. Never heard of her. Whatever. We just call his name. Whatever. I think it's good enough. Actually. Oh wow. Okay, I just had a daydream. I know how this is going. I need to word in English. Spectrum. That's right. Not John. Nohan. For some reason, I thought I'm thinking John. No. Oh, each of the characters' name I did pick up with a meaning. Sure, the meaning I took from behind the name, so the source is trust me, bro. But still, it's better than nothing. Persona, thank you. This is why I'm not writing the dialogue directly on Rampai, which is what I'm gonna use for the visual novel. That and the fact that it's easier to just write here. Anyway, Daunted. There we go. Acted anger. The- Oh, act of anger, like a pun. Like it's an action of anger, but like it's an act. It's pretending. Haha. What I wanna say is like Um, pleading with like anger, pleading like is mix of not is this sadness obviously, but it's like begging with anger. I don't. Oh, words are hard. You know, I think every writer thinks words are hard. Is why we're anyway. I forgot to put my timer. I just noticed. Hey, hey, which means I get more than 20 minutes for free. That happens. It's okay. Again, the clock for this Pomodoro technique is more like guideline than an actual mechanical clock. Set in a mix. A flick is like flick. Is this while I? Yes, it is. Okay, flick of the wrist. Isabel. Uh, what's the name of the sound you make your mouth when you're like you take a hit and like ugh? I don't remember what's that's called like a grunt of pain. Okay. Do, 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 do. All right, so this is the introduction. Um, from here, I take the I take outside. Introduction scene. I do Ctrl Alt and the number two on the number pad to make this the number two title, one for the number one, three for the three, and etc. It makes life easier. Stage. I'm just usually I don't write like this, it's like separate the scenes, but I feel like this is gonna be easier to organize the backgrounds when I'm making the visual novel and the in the space wherever. Just making my life a bit easier, I think. And again, if I were writing, I think I'll put a little bit more prose here, not much, a little bit more. Um, if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah. Um, there is a story I forget where I put it, but um, that whatever I was gonna show it, but that's I'm just thinking, distracting words. Why words? Why can't we use telepathy? I wish telepathy was real. Anyway, all right. Cop cars, yes. Like black cars, like those classic ones from in like not like like this type of car, whatever type this is. This is more vintage looking, but also a bit suspicious. No, that black car and black van. All right. Outside of the white side things. Again, the pros here is a little less important, but let me in the code. I hate in and on fucking language. I never know which one. Oh, yin uses inside and on, whatever, bro. What? How do you define inside and on top and outside and at and I fucking hate all this. It's always confusing for me, to be honest. I just trust that Google Docs is knowing what's doing more than me, at least in terms of grammar. I don't use. Oh, in this browser there isn't an option for like, oh, use our AI to make your work for you. I fucking hate that. In my other browser there is this option and I don't know how to turn off, but there doesn't seem to be an option here, so that's bad. All right. So this is the introduction to show how things are wrong and what's happening, and really to hook up the audience and to show like who are the people that are trapped in there, what they are going through. They are not fucking okay at all. They're being tortured by the godlike beings. Not really godlike at all, but no, for us regular humans, it's almost godlike. Um, they're being tortured psychologically, physically. Uh, they and they seem they are trapped there for a long time, as it is described here a few times. No, and then it jumps to the outside where we can see the authorities trying to deal with the situation. So yeah, I was planning actually staying an hour more. Maybe. I'm gonna wait for the clock just to be safe. Um, how the fuck? A RAM? No, they ain't fucking call a RAM. Fuck off. Really? Battering RAM. Okay, but like oh, there we go. Modern use battery. Oh, see. Sometimes I use Google Translate just to have a word that's missing my mind for some reason. Sometimes I even know the word but just forget about it. But actually researching what the thing is helps a lot more sometimes. Okay, it's a battering ram. Uh, Metal ram. It's metal. Okay. Mm. Suspicious. Um. These are characters that don't even need like a name. It's like whatever. I don't even know if I'm gonna make a sprite for this. Doesn't really need to. I really need sprites for these characters. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I lost count. Fuck. Amazing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, seven. There we go. It's easier for me to count in Portuguese, to be fair. Yes, I will be writing his name correctly with the this punctuation and everything. There's a reason that some of these characters have more like European names. The city Westlake has history of immigrants. The five founding families are of immigrants. The I have to show this afterwards anyway. There's a lot of reasons what I'm saying. There are most are Americans or native, not native, not the Native Americans gives another fucking idea. There are natives, just not many, not many. Uh, but like natural born Americans in the city, but like there's a lot of immigrants as well and descendants of immigrants. Which, considering today's climate in the US, I don't think that's like I think I think it's a bit tragic, but in a funny way. Ah, one day I may learn this or not. I don't know if I fucking bother. To be fair, he's not inside the radio, so this one I can see why it makes sense. This is the scene where they are trying to get in and can't. And Hoser is trying to get more people, get like reinforcements. Like these people, they are ramming the at the door. They are a tactical team. Uh, if anyone's seen the Dollhouse or the Overlord shorts from the SCP fandom, these guys with which I forgot in the SP universe, which is a universe created by Internet Forum, they have the SCP Foundations, the people that fucking deal with supernatural stuff and keep anomalies, what they're called, uh, secret from the population. And the thing is, um, they have this tactical team of people that uh, go in the the places. I forgot what this called. Oh, there's a go my clock. SCP. I might have forgot what's not Foundation. MTF. Yes, Mobile Task Force. In the SP Foundation, the lore of this universe, these are the Mobile Task Force. They are the people that they're like the fear, the first response wherever from the game fear. They go in to see what the situation is and stuff. The guys in here, They are the equivalent. I don't didn't give their a name for them yet. They are the equivalent of them. They're like the SWAT for supernatural stuff or paranormal stuff. Anyway, and um, their role here usually is to get in the place and uh, deal with the threat, assess the threat, deal with the threat, and either get out with that threat neutralized or deal that with, or uh, retreat and call for backup or specialized teams to deal with the problem. It don't always mean like a I don't know, a team of uh mutants to fight another mutant. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, we need psychologists here because there are a bunch of traumatized people basically, or just let the police deal with the rest anyway. uh the thing is, in this case they are unable to get in the studio because again, Zack's psych bullshit is keeping everyone away. As such, they are unable to even assess the threat properly. They have instruments to detect and read psych energy. They are not very precise. They are bulky. They are meh in detecting stuff. A psych would be much better, but they don't have a psych at hand other than Hoser. Hoser is mostly used being a much better detector at this point, but there's instruments just so have an idea of what's going on without bothering him every 2 seconds. And also a detector can, if there's a surge in psych energy, it can show you that without a person have to react to tell you watch out. Anyway, but the thing is, they need to get in the place to really assess what's going on, but they can't. And Detective Roser is trying to get other people to help other psychics with may be able to actually do something. Again, his powers is I see flashbacks and I see what may happen in the future. May happen because in the setting, the future it's not defined. So when you see prediction of the future, it's a possible future, but it's not necessarily a future that will happen. As such, although sometimes it does happen without even if you try to stop it. But anyway, um, I don't remember if I'm doing this properly. I think I'm fucking up the formattation. Everyone nowadays uses like quotation for dialogue. I'm still old school using uh dashes. That's not called a dash. I don't. You know. It's called a dash. Okay. N dash. I don't know. Whoop. There you go. And the idea is he's trying to he's contacting his base stations, base things, whatever his base station, whatever. And according to the central of intelligence of the city, they can't seem to find like other people. The people they find is gonna take like hours to arrive, and they didn't find anyone else. And such, they are missing manpower to deal with the situation. And this is when the ninja spider arrives, this mysterious person that no one knows who that is, amongst the normal people for lore reasons. Obviously no one knows he's a vampire werewolf hybrid. At least not among the normal population. But again, the normal population doesn't even know he exists. So, but I think I'm gonna uh, stop this live stream here. Um, I was able to get quite a decent amount of work in writing because it's basically the introduction scene showing what's happening inside, showing outside, and the ninja spider goes in. He sees the situation is kind of fucked up. Tries to argue with Zack. They keep butting heads because Zack's a loser that's tasting power the first time in his life, and the ninja spider is like, okay, you can stop, or I can stop you, and then it's like, haha, I'm God, fuck you, and they start to actually full fighting. There's a fighting scene of the fights, and then there's the ending scene where Zack tries to Unabomber himself and fails. And uh, maybe I shouldn't use the Unabomber as a verb, to be honest. Maybe it's not the best idea. But yeah, Zack tries to do one last attempt at destroying people's lives and fails, and there I'm thinking of having an epilogue that will come in hands maybe if I have the time, but the epilogue's like something I worry about if I have the time. I'll keep working on this, so I may be doing a little mining off screen or off stream in this case. So yeah, um, I want to thank everyone for watching. I didn't see anyone join the live stream, but again, doing this for documentation purposes, so whatever. Yep. Uh, hope everyone has a nice day, and see you all tomorrow. Actually, since again this is day one, and day two will be tomorrow. So until then, bye.